folks, Caleb Booker here. You're about to watch a free psychic reading that I did for Marie through YouTube Live recently. So I do free readings as often as I can, but it's not always possible. And the format's going to change. Sometimes it's just I'll have you send in questions. Sometimes it's going to be on Reddit or Facebook Live or YouTube Live. You know, it depends on what the opportunity is. So in order to make sure that you can take advantage of a free reading, what I'd like you to do is go to www.thepsychicvillage.com/free-readings. I just have to really think real hard about that. Yeah. So it's thepsychicvillage.com/free-readings. And just pop in your email address there, and it's no problem. I'll just send you an email before the opportunity to get a free reading opens, so you get advance notice. And I'll also keep you in the loop on anything else that's going on over on this end. That's about it. Enjoy the reading. So, hey Marie, how are you doing? I'm just going to read your comments here. So she says, "Hi Caleb, thank you for the positive energy. I think you're doing a great job. My question is about the guy I met 2 months ago during a project at university. We were both graduate students. I had a strong feeling that he likes me since he invited me for drinks, and I felt that we were having an amazing time together." Maria, I have a feeling you're still typing. Yep, there you go. And every time I meet him, happens quite frequently, we're having long conversations, and it seems like he's interested. I still think, all right, yeah, here's more. However, he never calls or makes any move, so I'm not sure if he indeed likes me. Maybe we're just friends. Would you recommend me move on, or do you think there might be a chance for a relationship with this guy? Thanks, Maria. Okay, Maria, you're asking the good questions, and I'm really glad that you're checking in on this today. It's tough because, you know, you're at that point where it's hard to tell what's going on with the guy. You know, did something happen and he lost interest, or is it just that he's awkward? You know, what's going on? So I already kind of have a strong impression, but what I traditionally do is, you know, I'll get the impression and I'll process it like I am right now as I talk, and then I'll put some cards down and I'll check myself to see if, you know, is this really the case? So I'm going to go ahead and do that now. If anybody else has any questions, go ahead and think them up right now. You can pop them into chat or just make commentary. Anything you want to say. You know, this is it's a friendly space, so it's no problem. Okay. Do. All right. Yeah. So, the biggest thing that's going on with him right now is, okay, so first of all, Maria, we could kind of take it for granted almost that he's interested. Because this is not the guy who's going to do those things when he's not interested. You know, like the encounters you've had with him so far are clear indicators, and we're sort of getting a verification that that's the case, but also the problem is that he doesn't know how to do this. He doesn't know how to read you, for instance, and tell if you're actually interested or just being polite. He doesn't know how to move it to the next step. The difficulty, Maria, is that you're not the kind of person that he's used to, dating, let's say. And that's not a bad thing at all. It's just that he's growing up. The kind of people that he used to date, he doesn't want to date anymore. You're definitely more interesting to him than the others have been. And that's a problem for him because he doesn't know, okay, well, all the things that I would have done before, I can't do now. I'm not sure how to move this forward. I don't get it. So, you know, it's one of those things where just out of awkwardness, he's not sure what to do. So it's really on that level. And he's a little intimidated by you because he just really does think you're fantastic. So in a roundabout way, you know, you would be very good for him. Whether or not it's ever meant to work out long term, I mean, that's a whole other issue. We won't even get into that right now, Maria, because that's maybe jumping the gun. But but you'd definitely be good for him. And the question really is, would he be good for you? That's maybe more important for you at the moment. It's okay to be selfish. Um, yeah. So, okay, it's sort of what I expected. Um, in that he would be okay for you. Like the relationship would be all right after you got through the initial part. There'd be a lot of like, this is good, but it's also a lot of work. I got a feeling that even if after you officially dated, so to speak, he would still be a lot of work as far as like, so you have your initial date, great, we're off to a good start, it feels good, we're sort of a couple-ish, but he makes it awkward constantly by being awkward. And so you got to push through that. It's just work. But when you find it is something you can work through, and you get to the other side, and yeah, it's actually a really good time. It's an enjoyable relationship. So this can happen, Marie. And or sorry, I keep saying Marie instead of Maria. I apologize. Oh God, that's bad, Caleb. Man. But anyway, yeah. So this could be really good for you. Yes, it's worth your while. Okay, so that's great, but I haven't said anything useful, have I? Like, yeah, he's interested, but he's too awkward to move it forward. Yes, it's worth your time, and after trudging through the awkwardness, it could be great. But what do you do about this? I mean, that's the practice. What's the takeaway? What do we do next? So let's figure that one out, because I want to know. All right, let's see. The initial thing I'm getting is to do things wrong. That's interesting advice. Let me figure out what that means. Okay, so there's a certain level of like of being brutally honest with him, and just saying, "Hey, you know, I was hoping you were interested in me, but then you weren't calling me, and so now I'm starting to think maybe you weren't. So I was just hoping you could sort of clear that up and tell me if I should leave you alone." And then you end up in this awkward conversation where he says, "No, no, no, I don't want to leave you alone," but he's also too awkward to admit that he's really interested. So you try to have to like pull it out of him, and you end up at this part where you end up hanging out a few more times without it being a date. Um, Man, there is no graceful, easy way to get this thing rolling. Holy crap. There really isn't. This is one of those like really awkward starts, and he's just determined to make it that way because he's really worried about being embarrassed. Um, by like, he's worried about you catching on to, no, not catching, what is it? He's worried about you laughing at him. That's the main thing. He's worried about you laughing at him or criticizing him. He's terrified of that. But ironically, you can't be too soft because it's your strength that he's attracted to. The very thing that's intimidating him is the thing that he is so fascinated by. So, oh, Maria, I'm so sorry. I wish I could give you like the easiest answer in the world. Just call him. It'll be easy. No, it won't be easy. But the thing that I am getting that's clear is that you do have to be the next person to make this connection because he's not going to do it. He's too afraid. And what's funny about that is he doesn't seem like that. Okay, I know that the image he presents of himself isn't awkward. The image he presents of himself seems cool and funny and whatever. And you have not seen any awkwardness in him at all. I get that. That's, yeah. But the thing about guys is that we're really good at hiding our emotions because we have to be. Because as soon as we show an emotion of any kind of weakness, then the rest of the guys jump all over us, and it's vicious and horrible. So we have to fake strength all the time, whether or not we're a crumbling little thing inside. So that he's really good at that because he's got to be, like most guys, he's got to be to survive. It's your survival instinct that makes you fake feeling confident. So there it is. But yeah, you're gonna have to uh, engage in conversations with him where, despite his best attempts, you have to remind yourself over and over, oh, he acted that way because he's awkward. He'll make like jokes and laugh louder than he meant to be because he's nervous. Little things like that. Pardon me, sorry. So yeah, I mean that's it. But it's worth reaching out, Maria, because the fact is, if you are willing to work through some of this stuff, your payoff is really good. Your payoff is someone who's fun to be around, and you watch him transform. You're really good for him in the respect that he'll finally realize that being genuine and being unaffected, not putting on a face, is the best way towards a meaningful relationship of any kind, and is the only thing that a strong woman respects. A woman worth of his time is going to respect, is his realness. So he'll learn to be a little bit more out of his shell through this relationship. It's great for him, and for you, you're in it for some good times. I don't honestly see. Let me just see if there's anything else you can get out of it other than just a good time, though, because to be quite honest, that was all I was seeing. Yeah, I mean that's really it, and some reflection on what you'd really rather have. He'll be a good contrast for. He'll provide good contrast because while there's nothing really wrong with him per se, you'll get to a point with it where you'll realize that you're looking for something specific, something you didn't even realize you wanted out of a relationship. But you'll get that new vision for what it is by the fact that this is a pretty good relationship, but it's missing something. And so, no hard feelings. It's just like, I need something else. So actually, I don't necessarily see this being like a this is your life kind of relationship, but it's definitely good for both of you. And actually, you're at a good point in your life where this could really work. Okay, that kind of covers it. However, I'm going to leave this here for a second and wait for you to make mention in chat to let me know if that's clear. If it's not clear, I can expand on it. And if there's something you want more detail on, or if there's a slightly different question you want to ask, go ahead and put that in chat. Thanks a lot. I really feel like this is the case. Okay. Awesome. Maria, It is Marie. I made this big thing about it being Maria, but it is Marie. What is with my eyes? I think I need glasses.